here's me just from, I guess you would say, just a raw, just me talking while playing Animal Crossing. But I pretty much wanted to talk about, my video I made like literally weeks ago. Like, what the heck's going on with it and why is it taking so long? Well, I've been pretty much having like a hard decision on like, should I just mention up like those few little resistances I probably like missed, or should I just, diverge onto like another character from Guilty Gear, like Axel, and what he can do, because he's one of those characters where like you look at him, you don't think much about what he can do, but he can do so much more than what you would think. He's one of those types of characters, and I kinda like those types of Arxis characters, where like, look too strong, but they're just kind of butt loaded with at least something nasty of a hacks or something. I really can't say the same thing for like Blaze Blue, because like, I mean, Platinum the Trinity sort of had that effect, but like, then you just have characters like fucking Terumi, where like, yeah, this guy looks like a shady street thug who looks like he's up to no good, and he looks nasty, and he's very, very nasty. And I wish I could go in further details on why the fuck he's so monstrously nasty to even be being put up against. But Jesus Christ, explaining fucking Blaze Blue scaling, let alone dipping into the powers and abilities, is literally like a mouthful and a half. It would just take forever. Like, I'd rather be scaling fucking Uemeko. Actually, scratch that. Uemeko when they cry is practically even more of a slog. Mostly because that verse is literally like the length of a Bible. And I really wish I was kidding on that, but it's really the length of a Bible. It's just nuts. Like, why the fuck do all these strong ass verses gotta have the overly deep? It's overly deep ass this story that's ridiculously balls deep to get into. Not that I'm hating on it or anything, but it's just a pain in the ass to try and research. But other than that, like, I was trying to get a little bit tad into like scaling maybe Street Fighter, but then I'd have to get into like, other research for sources like the fucking Street Fighter comics, where like I've seen good feats from the comics. It's just, I don't know goddamn shit about the comics. Like, trust me, I literally do not know shit about those comics, other than like a few handful screenshots. I mean, I pretty much just treat those comics as canon, either way. But like, I just don't know what to do with like certain characters at all. well, mostly, specifically characters that, like, either were, like, really hard to scale. I'm not like talking like, you know, the mainline, you know, World Warriors, like, they're cut and dry and simple to explain. It's just certain characters like the EX, like the Street Fighter EX characters, they are hard to explain. Where do I put this? One, the only other dude I probably know that, you know, even reads up in the comics is like, you know, Forest Green. Heck, I might as well just throw a random shout out to Forest Green. Probably the only good Street Fighter power scaler that I even know it exists on YouTube. And hey, it is a blessing to see Street Fighter get, you know, scaled, as well as Darkstalkers, and, you know, other verses that are, you know, outside of a normal, just, you know, regular everyday fucking niches that you always just see get, I guess you would say, you know, you just always see them. I'm not talking like, you know, My Hero Academia. Like, that verse is sort of mixed. Like, you can probably get some type of matchup going, but like, nah, it's really not that oversaturated and versus community wise, like, and neither is Dragon Ball anymore. Like, unless we're talking like Dragon Ball Heroes or Xenoverse. Even then, and when they're in that ballpark of AP, like, they're still getting thrashed in that ballpark of AP against other characters in that ballpark of AP. Because, like, High Multiversal Plus is just, it is just a scary tier to be on.
One eternity later.
And, like, you don't want to be up on, like, High Multiversal with, like, barely any hexes, or at least, like, on a fucking broken Versus wiki page. Like, the entirety of the Deciduverse, like how the hell does Versus wiki just leave that page just slightly broken like that? Like, it feels like it's unfinished, or at least there's something missing. Because when you look at fucking Monster Girl Quest, it's like, you know, everything's there. And to be honest, like, DBZ's always been sort of like in the middle, or at least low middle of whatever tier they're in. Because, like, that verse only has, like, either good resistances or, oh, I can just close out the AP gap by powering up. And of course, there's always, you know, those few people who, oh, take this whole, oh, I can resist hacks by powering up. And they kind of roll on the no limits fallacy of just, oh, it just works for any hacks. That's really not the case. That only works for, like, hexes that have been shown in the verse. Like, you can't do that shit for, like, something like a new hex that hasn't been shown in verse. Or at least, definitely not for, like completely hexes that just work on some different fundamental level. or like completely different from this, because there are some people who just kind of take, oh, Goku getting hit with existence erasure, or getting, you know, transmutated by fucking magic and turned into a fucking jawbreaker and still be moving, and oh, he can just straight up resist like atomic manipulation or antimatter manipulation, where I'm like, that's sort of on a iffy debate. Like, I'm still on the fence on that. Because, like, matter manipulation and just existence erasure, I mean, those are slightly different. Like, those are definitely two different hexes. Like, especially if we're talking like anything that like negs durability. But not too low of an AP threshold where like, oh, there's gonna be niggas coming in here with their fucking Yamatos trying to slice Goku in half. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would take more than that. And like, unless Goku is like completely, you know, fucking non-bloodlusted and, yo, oh, he's just saying fucking hey. And, oh, just some rando assassin just fucking sliced his head off. Like, come on. Like, I know there's haters who like full on just try to bully DBZ. Because, you know, the DBZ niggas are like rambunctious loud. Oh, we have the strongest fucking verse in all of Shonen Jump. Except that stopped being a case like years ago. Like years ago. I'm pretty sure the DBZ fan base didn't realize how far in the ball game they were. Like before even Super Saiyan God, they were struggling against fucking Sailor Moon. I mean, I hate to admit it, but they were struggling against fucking Sailor Moon because of fucking Sailor Chaos. Having literal fucking universal feats out the ass. Long before even fucking Super Vegito even got wanked in the fucking universal. And like, even then, like, Goku pretty much didn't have any resistances to any of those really nasty hexes back then. Or at least the most commonplace fucking hexes is being death manipulation and that shit, but like, and even then, like, he was still even struggling against like, oh, fucking Bobo. That dude. Like this Baldy why did I try to call him Baldy McNose here? This big bullhead motherfucker with this comically large afro. Oh man, no. If I did a video on that, like, because like, no one's done like a fucking video on power scaling Bo, or even a verse like that. Because like, there are some really powerful little scenes in the manga that we don't see, you know, happen in the anime. Because, you know, if you saw the anime literally ended before the manga, and the manga still, like, you know, it kept on pushing, it kept on going, and like there is just some literal insane shit, especially with fucking Don Patch literally becoming an extra dimensional little theater house. Like Like, he literally became like a fucking eldritch monster for a good panel. Like, it was nuts. Just nuts. But other than that, like... And then I hear, like, fucking Naruto's being put up in fucking Universal. And I'm like, okay. And so what? Like, I mean, there's a lot of verses that get put up even into Universal. I mean, fuck, even have nastier shit. And when I mean Universal, I just mean baseline, or at least at their max. Like, I seen nastier hexes. Like, much nastier hexes. Including fucking concept manipulation from some verses. I can't put a finger on it on some of these, but even then, like, the speed gap is still still sort of iffy. Cause like, I mean, yeah, I can, you know, get Naruto into FTL, but like, when you're hitting the universal range, like, you gotta be massively FTL or above. And when I mean massively FTL, I mean like up and above the trillions into the billions. Where like, you're pretty much like either dodging attacks from literally halfway across the galaxy, or crossing a galaxy, or not just escaping, you know, fucking black holes. Cause like, once you're up in the massively FTLs, like, I mean, escaping a black hole is nice, but it's pretty much traversing a galaxy within like a few seconds is definitely like bigger time feat. And like, DBZ practically did that shit like years ago with fucking Majin Buu, and just, you know, the insane fucking calcs on him, definitely getting him up into like full on millions, up into trillions of times faster than light, because you would have to be to literally destroy like a good fucking chunk portion of South Galaxy in just that portion of time. So I'm like, how the hell is Naruto supposed to deal up with universal characters when like fucking DBZ is practically just leagues above that verse in speed, at lower in tier than that? But fuck, I know there's gonna be somebody in the fucking comments just mention, ooh, Kaguya's speed is this. Except, there's still gonna be one problem. There's always gonna be that one verse that has even the nastiest fucking hexes. Like, fucking BlazBlue has literal, like, fucking planetary level characters with even nastier hexes than anything in fucking Naruto. Like, fucking Roy. Roy's our boy. And no, not the Smash Brothers Roy, the literal Acer, or literal looking like he's straight out of fucking Majora's Mask ass looking ass Roy. That guy. That guy can solo all of fucking Naruto. Like, just, not only is he have literal abstract existence, he's full on just non-physical to begin with. let alone practically just resists practically everything in that fucking verse. First, you couldn't even BFR him if you wanted to. He BFRs you. Who into a literal never dimension. And like, just so much nasty shit. It's like, come on guys. There's gotta be a stopping point. Cause like, fuck, I've even heard like fucking Fist of the North Star even get up into fucking Universal. I'm like, I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, like, I'm not denying or accepting that, but that is pretty fucking cool. Cause like, I never saw the fucking verse being that strong. Like, Genjo was definitely a strong ass motherfucker. For no lying. But like, I didn't know it was like that. But the only other verse I could think of that I wanted to scale, but like, I guess it's because like I'm passionate about it, but do I really want to do it? And like the long term about it, because like it's Bomberman. Because like there's good feats, but like it feels like, do I really want to power scale this? Like I'm okay with power scaling like a niche verse that I like. Bomberman is like, I like him, but like, do I really feel up to it though? Like, I mean, like, I can try and do my best to like do something for Bomberman. Throw that boy a bone. Hopefully not a bomb bone. Huh, that'd be kind of morbid or kind of cool. Bomb bones. Bones with bombs in it. I ordered my bombs boneless. Now another thing I never fucking realized that they never did with Bomberman. Like, Bomberman Ninja. Like, Bomberman Shinobis. Like, why have they never made that? Like, Bomberman and, like, literally the Bomberman 64 commercial. Like, he's literally, like, fucking running around Tokyo, outspeeding bullet trains, literally phasing through walls and shit. Like, why have they never done a Bomberman Ninja game? I don't know. I just do not know. I guess Bomberman just sort of fell out of popularity at his peak. It's sad when that happens. It's real sad. But you know, that happens to the best of games. Like, especially even the game that you really like. Because, fuck. I tried even saying something about, like, maybe Blink's the Time Sweeper back then. And, like, then I saw this petition for, like, convincing, you know, Microsoft to bring back Blinks. Because, like, Blinks definitely, like, had a lot of potential. But, like, a game about fucking time manipulation, like, back in the early 2000s, like, that was mind-boggling. But they never really went any farther than, like, you know, Masters of Time and Space, and then they just sort of dropped the ball after that, and they just sort of buried this franchise. Microsoft still has the fucking, you know, trademark, I guess. We're like, or at least it's like the license on like the characters. Like they still have the characters and the name, but just don't have the concept. Or at least they gave up on the concept. I mean, it would still be cool to like maybe see Blinks the Time Sweeper get on the Nintendo Switch. You're like, bloody everything's getting on the Nintendo Switch, and like, I mean, it would be cool for Blinks to, you know, bring his light, bring his debut back. Like fucking Banjo, like, when he got into Smash, like, his light fucking shine and flicker for like a good, I guess you could say, few months. Until fucking Banjo players just kind of went extinct after, I guess you would say Sakurai just kind of put a little bit of lackluster into Banjo. Not saying he didn't do a good job, it's just say Banjo didn't leave a long-lasting impression, like some of the other fighters. Just Joker, like everyone though, they overhyped him up. Saying he's busted, he's the new Bayonetta, when like, he don't feel that way. Like, to be honest, he feels like you're playing Sheik, except sometimes you get like a AP boost whenever you get fucking Arsene, and that's it. Like, you don't see anyone using like fucking Aha. You don't see him using like side B unless it's with Arsene, because he's super weak. It goes in like a weird arc. It rarely ever hits. Gun is only sort of good at being annoying and like, I guess you would say edge guarding, but like, I'm garbage with fucking edge guarding. I mean, I'm practically garbage with Smash Bros. Fundamentals. I'm not much of a fundamentals type of fighting game type of dude. I wasn't a fighting games fundamental dude with Tekken. I wasn't a fighting games fundamental dude when playing Guilty Gear. I just go in. Just do what I do. I mean, I don't say I don't practice. It's just, I just practice my own way. And to be honest, playing some of the older games sort of helps. I mean, at least in the case with like Tekken, because with Tekken not much changes, except for like the addition of rage drives. With like, you can literally just have that set to one button. Just one button. And poof, you got rage drive. But where the fuck was I in this? But no, changing topic. There was this one death battle. Of course, there's always like a few fucking death battles that just sort of roll around in my fucking head when it comes to like, who hasn't debunked this or who hasn't debunked that. Because there are certain ones I disagree with, and I'm surprised. Of course, there's always the fucking death battles that, everyone and their fucking grandma either reacts to or fucking trying to debunk, like Naruto versus Ichigo, or just anything with fucking Naruto or DBZ characters. Where I'm like, we don't need fucking Seth to debunk like all these fucking shit. Cause like the last one he ever debunked was like Jotaro versus Kenshiro. Like even though Kenshiro won, there were still many like heavy ass mistakes that they did on Kenshiro. Just low balls out the ass. And it was just what the fuck were they doing that day? Because like they were clearly watching the anime, but not reading the manga. Like they always do this. Same thing that happened with fucking Sasuke versus Hiei. There's there's still debate on that. Because fuck, I even remember Sir Splash's video on the whole thing and how he got fucking Yu Yu Hakusho in the Universal from literal scans pulled out from the manga. And like that was cool. And then people just straight up flacked him on that shit. I'm like, damn. They really had to do him like that? Or did they really have to do him like that? Then I just kind of thought to myself, wow, like, I know the dude's been known to like, floss and flex like a little bit of highballs here and there, but like, I never see him get this much flack for like one verse like this. But fuck, where was I at first? Oh, that one death battle. But the main death battle I've been having on my mind, or at least the only two, I try to keep it to one, is it was Ragna versus Soul Bad Guy. And of course, with me, with my Soul Bad Guy video, of course, I was gonna talk about that one. And even though this is old and outdated, it's really outdated. Like, I know this comes before Central Fiction. Like, this is before fucking Ragna even gets any of his ridiculous fucking just upgrades with the fucking Black Beast and True Azure. That's as much as I tell you. And just the AP gap being out the fucking ladder. Like Ragna is literally just up in fucking space at that point, while Soul is literally at the fucking ground. Like, it is literally looking like that. And I was like, I like Soul way more than fucking Ragna, but like, I mean, there's literally no way Soul could even win this, even if stats were equalized. Because Phenomena Intervention is a fucking bitch. Fucking Ragna has like too much dummy, stupid immortality. He's aware, unless he's fucking killing both Soul and Noelle at the same fucking damn time. Like, he literally can't put him down. And I'm talking like a stats equalized battle. Not to mention, fucking Ragna has literal literal regen neg that goes up to high godly, as well as fucking immortality negation that goes up to like fucking 9. Where I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, how the fuck is anyone supposed to be dealing with this shit? Let alone phenomenon intervention, which, again, like I said, is a fucking bitch. Because, fuck, you can even, like, mess around with fucking causality. And that's just one of the fucking nasty mid-end tier effects that this damn cluster superpower can do. And, like, I really don't like talking about fucking Blaze Blue in terms of power scaling. Like, it's one of those verses where, like, you have to be either well versed to understand everything that's going on, because there's just beyond too much shit just going on. Or at least for me, there's beyond too much shit without, like, putting down notes and, you know, remembering everything. Because, to be honest, I'm very sure that's, like what fucking Superman Neo fucking does most of the time. Like, I don't see how the fuck he keeps this all up in his head. Especially on... I guess that's why I never see him, like, power scale or talk about fucking Blaze Blue do that much. It's not that he doesn't do that much, he just doesn't do it that much. I only see him, like, 1 or 2 videos where, oh, he mentioned, like, this one Blaze Blue character and how he can defeat this character. And, like, oh, Jesus Christ, I do not want, like, I don't want to be fighting against no fucking Blaze Blue characters. Because, like, whew. It is not a fun time fighting them. Like, it is never a fun time fighting them. But the only ever death battle that just really got under my skin, and, like, I always remember, I always remember this death battle that just pissed me off. Guts versus Nightmare. If anyone knows anything the slightest of Soul Calibur, fuck, like, even, like, basic ass information about Soul Calibur, like, Guts shouldn't have won that. He shouldn't have won that. Like, he literally should have fucking died. But of course, you know, it's fucking death battle, so of course they messed something up. And, oh god, like, that one was just the most infuriating. Mostly because of just how stupid it was. And yes, I know it's one of those early dirt old death battles where the research team was fucking just garbage. Just borderline garbage. I just don't know what they even called that research team. Because, like, it was just really bad. But I'll probably try to catch you guys later in hopefully the next video. So probably until then, see you dudes later.